This week, while I was preparing for the Christmas program with the kids, I was looking at the meaning of the name Jesus. And Jesus is the Greek version of the name Joshua, which means God saves or God's Savior. So the statement that Jesus is Savior or Jesus saves is a kind of pun. It's like saying that someone named Rich is rich. But I looked farther into the name Joshua, and it's a compound word combining Jehovah, meaning God, and Yasha, meaning to save. But Yasha is a particular type of saving. It comes from a root referring to opening, releasing, liberating. That's a particular type of saving. Think of the difference in Christianity if Jesus was viewed as a liberator rather than a savior. To save is to collect something to one's self. I save money. I collect albums and CDs. To liberate is to release, to set free. When one is tempted to rescue someone else, one should ask, who am I doing this for? Am I saving them for myself, or am I liberating them? It looks more heroic for the lifeguard to dive in the pool and to swim to the drowning person. One looks kind of awkward reaching with a stick. Or doing the lifesaver jump where you jump into the water feet first and you kick down to keep your head above water so you can see the victim. And then swimming with your head up, which is kind of awkward, so you can continue to see the victim. None of these look that heroic, but they are the better way to go. A savior is motivated by being a hero. The liberator gives the drowning person tools to help themselves. A pole, a buoy, a board. This helps the person regain confidence and survive not only the event, but even the trauma as they learn to go into the water again. Spending money on prisons saves us from interacting with criminals. But spending money on schools and social programs liberates people from a life of crime. It prevents crime by giving people tools to fend for themselves. Spending money on emergency rooms saves sick people from dying, and that's very good. But free health care is liberating. It would give people a chance to prevent many of the illnesses that they put off seeing the doctor for until it's a crisis. When we throw down the barriers of racism, we are liberators. When we choose to help someone on account of race, we are merely gathering tokens to save face. Did we invade Iraq to liberate the Iraqi people? Or did we do it to save the oil for ourselves? Why are we bombing people in Syria and Iraq? Are we trying to save face and try to cover our past mistakes? Or are we liberating people? The Islamic world is in turmoil. There's division between Shia and Sunni. There's division between conservatives and liberal. We as a country are trying to help. Are we helping or enabling? or making things worse. My friends who played hockey told me about the third man in rule. That if two people in a hockey fight are fighting and a third person comes in to break it up, whether it be a teammate or a referee, the two people who are fighting each other then turn and start beating on the person trying to break up the fight. And another image from hockey is the Zamboni. It's a wonderful machine. It can clean the ice, make everything smooth and very clean. Well, I think that we've been trying to clean the house in the Middle East with a Zamboni. We have all this military strength, and we go in and say, okay, we're here to clean your house. Let us drive the Zamboni through your living room. And they get upset with us because we're not really helping. We're trying to be saviors, and we're using the best tools we have, but they might not be the tools that are needed. Some say, as long as we are involved, the different parties can deflect responsibility on us. Just like a drunk said, I wouldn't have got drunk if you hadn't loaned me money. No, it's not your fault for loaning them money. But a person who's in a fight will use anything to deflect responsibility away from themselves. Either we're not bombing enough or we're bombing too much. The people of the region have real problems, but their problems aren't necessarily ours. Years of Western intervention has done more harm than help. Someone needs to stop the cycle, and it might as well be us. Some say that the Muslims are violent. Those who do ignore our own country's addiction to violence. I think of the countries that we have invaded in my lifetime, from Vietnam to Panama to Grenada, Nicaragua, Kuwait, Iran, Iraq, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Somalia, Afghanistan. I mean, it's just over and over. And why don't these people stop being violent so we don't have to go in there and be violent to them? Why don't they learn from us?